Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here, we're live, and hopefully loud enough. It's an international game week, but you wouldn't know it. There's so much stuff going on, from Essence to Factories to friendly internationals. I think it's really all been going on. We've been in the eye of the hurricane over the last week or so. And we're here again for the deadline show. I am Quinny, of course, and I am joined by my co-pilot, Harry Trades. Harry, my man, good to see you.
Good to see you, mate. It does feels like we've just not stopped, have we? We're in the summer technically, kind of, but it feels like it's busier than ever with everything that's going on. So yeah, I mean, we'll take it. More things to talk about, I guess.
Yeah, big time. And first of all, apologies to yourself. I hit, we were ready to go, and I forgot to give you the wee timer to let you know if everything was going to be kicking off. So sorry about that, man. As soon as it kicked in, I was like, oh, I didn't get the heads up out there. But fist bump to everyone that is joining us. Fist bump on arrival. So many of you locked and loaded for this weekend, guys. And I think, with so many managers that join the deadline show, especially, and a lot of budget newer players that have been around the block for the last, let's say, the majority of 2024. JK, MLS, all these summer leagues have been the focus of attention. And I'm hearing some great stories from you guys about cash won, cards won already in this first kind of segment of the non-European season, as it were. So it feels like a lot of kind of fledgling galleries, fledgling clubs are going from strength to strength. And it's going to really kick into gear come Monday. We're going to be getting proper into Euros mode as well. And what a better way to kind of sail ourselves off into the weekend, and with a pretty juicy weekend fixture list, I think, for what we've got going on.
Yeah, no, it's pretty bulky, isn't it? We've got a couple of full leagues in contender. Obviously, Spanish second division still alive for another week before that goes into playoffs, and yeah, lots going on. Lots of just random things as well. We've got the friendlies, and obviously Champions League final. We've got the CONCACAF final. Yeah, there's literally, considering we're past the majority of European leagues. Yeah, not finishing is it's just super busy, super busy.
And yeah, I'm seeing the fist bumps on arrival, and then I'm just seeing Reese here saying he's struggling this week. He needs a keeper. So goalkeepers are something me and Harry were just talking about right before the music ran, and we had to come out to the ring to do battle. So yeah, goalkeepers are a problem for a lot of folk. And international friendlies are going to throw up a lot of question marks as well, because some of the fixtures are great. And, what frame of mind is the coach in? Is he get some reps, or is he get tournament ready? So there'll be a few different angles of approach against both the friendlies for a lot of different teams and a lot of different positions, which doesn't really help much of us. But we'll do our best to get through all the predictions, all the headlines, everything we can do as we hurtle towards the Sorare game week deadline. If you are watching this live or after we've been live, fist bump to you all, of course, like we've said. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Harry's channel is linked in the description down below. Make sure to catch out all the great content over there as well. And make sure when you're here, guys, some of you might know this, but Sorare know if you're here or not. They really like the content here at the channel, and they want to support the content as much as they possibly can. And if they see you here enjoying the content, getting stuck in but not hitting that like button, they don't take kindly to that. You will get DNPs. You will be opted down. Your reward boxes will have no essence to them. They will be essenceless. Do yourself a favour, help out the show, and smash that like button upon arrival. And Harry, we were just talking before we came on if we had any Mr. Midweek action to get stuck into. And I think this is becoming a bit of a trend here where nothing for you again, Harry boy.
I think ever since I've just sort of negatively spoken about my under 23 situation, I feel like Mr. Midweek has just completely capitulated, hasn't it? And it's kind of transferred over to you. Maybe it's, I don't know. I mean, Sorare control the internet, so you just, they might be giving you some positive juju over there.
Yeah, we're getting the luck falling in. We've got another mid-target freshie in. So loving that. Now, this was actually, I had to say my prayers to the Opta gods on Thursday morning, because Harry, I woke up and this team was on 339.2 points. Yeah.
I think Forsberg had like a couple of points added. I remember he was like a 94 or a 95. Now he's obviously on 97.
Yep.
Maybe Johnny Russell had a couple added as well, because I had a Johnny Russell coming off the bench myself, and I remember him being in negative AA, actually, not by much, but it was like a couple of points. So yeah, maybe those two combined was the catalyst for that. But like, this is just I'm just looking at that there. That Sean Johnson, I had a Sean Johnson myself on like 3 or 4%, nothing crazy. The fact that yours is on like whatever 15% or something stupid, you basically ain't hitting the threshold if that wasn't the case. I know there's other things that go into play, but I don't think you are. If you just call it a 5% bonus, you're not getting there basically. So it's just mad to think that. Yeah, I mean, collection bonus is really coming into play there big time.
Yeah, big time. Sean John on the 15%. I never even really thought about that dimension on it, but yeah, for sure. 12% Yaman, 12% or so Forsberg. You know, we're cooking with high experienced players here. You know, so another wee freshie. We might just feel we're at the deadline. We are clinging on to another tier 4, and the tier 4 in season cards have been fun at FC Barcelona this year. You know, so definitely not turning my nose up at that. Nothing we'll be doing a reward opening or anything tonight. Maybe just record it on my phone and pop it out on Twitter or whatever. But this was the thing, Harry. You said, oh, you don't want a 220 sweat. But the 220 sweat wasn't too bad, you know. Like Captain Gold one-manned it. We got a bad starting. The other two guys just dropped the ball on us. But 19 points off a card, could have been something.
Yeah, Barda had a few good chances as well. I watched the game. He had a really good chance to one, but obviously got saved. But yeah, no, Gold carrying the boys as per. Could have Gold fitted in? Yeah, I mean, he couldn't have fitted in that team. Really, like the
him or Forsberg.
Oh wait, maybe above your man. Like, what's the L15?
This was bang on 240, and like
right.
I don't know what I don't know what the difference was, but there was one, and that was like on the nut. I could have swapped Forsberg and Gold. I think that was the only
fair enough, yeah,
like thing that you might have done, but everything else was pretty. As you can see from my second string, you know, like there wasn't much choice, you know.
Right.
So
I mean, looking back, a Barda over Johnny Russell could have worked, I think, because the L15s. I think Abada's L15's lower than Johnny Russell, so I wonder if it
maybe got Gold in.
Yeah, imagine if you went, Abada as the forward, lower L15 than Russell, use the excess over Yaman, and then potentially squeeze Gold in. Yeah, that could have been really nice.
Captain Gun this week for Johnny TH Boyson as well. And again, talking about internationals before we get into it, I'm not sure if we have proper predicted lineups for them because it is like a lottery. But someone's asking me about Scotland. I think Scotland will be against Gibraltar. It's a key fixture, right? So I'm just going to say this off the bat, right? But I think Steve Clark starts the game with like his best 11, and then you probably get like 8 subs at halftime and 6 subs at 60 minutes or something like that. Or it might be the reverse. But in any case, like I do think that he will. Like I'm playing my L15-0 Ben Doak in a fun team. I've not got many other options. But if you have, I think anyone in the Scotland squad is good for a decisive, even from the bench, you know, because. But goalkeeper, like I'm not playing my Gun. I've only got unlimited, but I would not be surprised if Gun didn't play this game and he gave Gordon a shot so we can see what Gordon's up to. Xander Clark's in the squad as well, being ahead of Gordon domestically. So I wouldn't be surprised if they two shared the 45 and we didn't even see Gun against Gibraltar. Now, I don't know if I'm being... Maybe Gun plays the 90 minutes because he's getting them tournament ready. That's just my kind of thoughts on it. Is I would avoid the Scotland goalkeeper rather than anyone else in the Scotland team, you know.
It's because, he can't really get a decisive after half. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he comes off a half time, you're kind of screwed, aren't you? Because he probably doesn't make any saves. He gets a 35 flat, and, you just got to go on with your day. But, that is a tricky one.
If it's your only choice, then you've got to piss with the cock you've got, as we like to say around here, you know. But I don't think Miovski's in the projections, but I don't think Macedonia are blessed with talent. So I'd be surprised if he didn't actually play.
Probably plays, doesn't he? Yeah. Him, Almas's boys, isn't it? Macedonia, North Macedonia.
Yeah, Z Duffy's in my kind of train of thought anyway. So I don't know if there's much in it, but that's just, you know, when I think about Scotland, that's the only thing I think is like screw picking the keeper, you know. Basically.
Yeah, I mean, those internationals, I think you only play them if they're like your last resort, basically. Like you just don't know. Like there's just so many uncertainties, especially for the first game. You know, might learn a little bit more beyond that second friendly game that we should get in. But it's a bloodbath, I think.
Mikey Baston is just starting to set his teams now. And what I want to see from anyone that is joining us live, right, is I want to see a little egg timer emoji if you're also just building your teams right now. So I want to see if you're just getting ready building teams now, let's get the wee egg timers in. Let's see how many of these are at a bit of deadline drama yourself. Mikey, again, fist bump, thanks for joining us. And covering the friendly games, I'm kind of happy it's covered, so it gives me a wee bit more buffer, right? But it is a headache overall. It's not really that great. But if I get a guy who scores well, I'll be obviously swinging from the roof, swinging from the, what do you call that? Thing that...
The rafters, isn't it?
It is the rafters. It is. That wasn't the word I was searching for, but you're right. It is swinging from the rafters. That's what I'll be doing. But this is the matchups tab that we've got on Sorare data. So this is all the key swingers, the big fixtures across the game week. There has been a bit of a bug and a glitch with the friendly internationals being like totally in here and stuff. But we do have, I see Germany, Ukraine there that you highlight for us. But I would have thought Scotland, Gibraltar would have been top of this or roundabout top. So not seeing it there. there's like
maybe
something still missing. Maybe it's the odds,
Yeah.
maybe it's projected lineups or something, but it's not totally got to grasp with
I'm going to
all the
guess
friendly
it's the
internationals,
odds.
which is fine because I don't think any of us can really take the friendly internationals
Yeah, there
too
is.
seriously. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to describe it. I mean, they can only go in cap modes and all stars, so it's one of them where like if you want to play those competitions and you have the players to do so, do it. But like, yeah, don't expect to be going in with 5 starters like confidently because it's gonna be tough. I think for any like national team. But yeah.
Yeah. And then at the top of this, it's all South America, really, isn't it? Before we get to LA and Copenhagen down there, but San Francisco, of
Yeah.
course. But River Plate, Independiente Valle, Emelec, Colo Colo, Outcast. I seen somebody in that Outcast team. Oh, that's who it is. It's Lanzillotta. I seen somebody in
Yeah,
that
it
team.
is. He does
I was
play
like,
for
no
them.
way.
Yeah.
I was like, how did he get there?
I know.
all the random things. So yeah, it's a very interesting read, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a weird one. River Plate played last night, so you could kind of just have a quick look at what they had going on last night, where they won 2-0. They did rotate a little bit, like Barco didn't start and whatever. I don't think Boselli's been starting recently. Obviously, your main boys, Diaz and Armani, were in there. Bros just scored 2 in the end. He had a couple of big chances missed. Yeah, he had 2 big chances missed. The right back maybe was a bit of actually no, he's been playing recently because normally it's Herrera. Maybe not too dissimilar to what they'd normally go with, honestly. So yeah, I don't know the exact rotation, but I can't imagine it's going to be too crazy. Tigres at home, they're one of the worst teams in the league, it seems like, this season for whatever reason. And yeah, kind of out there 4% on everyone else, and the everyone else don't really have any cards. So yeah, contender could be rather river heavy, I guess, as Hiroshima up there as well, like we said. J League, I mean, they haven't been good at all, San Frecce. So yeah, it's a good fixture, but we said that all season. And like people like Mitsuta are not starting. Like a lot of weird things are happening in that team right now. And so yeah, I'm not bothered about that fixture, but it doesn't like strike me as a river fixture. And then yeah, we kind of get into a bit of challenger. I mean, seeing MLS that high up is a rarity, Quinny, isn't it? Like, we normally see them at like the 50-55% as far as win percentages go, but LAFC at home to Dallas, yeah, probably calls for a higher percentage. So I can kind of see it. Both played midweek. Copenhagen at home, that is like a European playoff of some sort. I think that is actually tonight. When I say tonight, I mean like in the next couple of hours. I think it's 1 p.m. my time, which will be 6 p.m. UK, I believe.
That's correct. Yep. That's what I've got
so,
here.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
And it is, yeah, it's a straight final, Conference League playoff final, Copenhagen versus Randers. So yeah, that'll be blood and snotters for sure. You've got to think Copenhagen should be good favourites for that. Just looking at the quick head-to-head, they've beat Randers 4-2, 4-0, drew 1-1, lost 1-0, and beat them 2 each across the last 5 games. So in the last 2, they've scored 8, essentially, as well, or especially, I should say. So could be a good one, be mini kind of cup final of sorts for them.
Yeah, and then we've got this random little Serie A game because Fiorentina's
cup and Atalanta.
Run. Yeah, and Atalanta, of course. Yeah, good point. So yeah, that's a random one there. And then yeah, we get back to international friendlies. Spanish second division, MLS. Obviously, Messi should be in town. Looks like he's going to leave on Monday. So yeah, honestly, as a whole, like it's a weird one, isn't it? Like the top 7 or 8 are just basically South America, like you said. Then we do get into a lot of challenger, MLS wise, and we have that
Champions League final down there as well.
Champions League and CONCACAF final quite close together. Pachuca at home to
is that the final?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't realise.
Columbus Crew, so they got to the final.
GG's to them.
Yeah, no, they've done really well, to be fair.
Is that one of those 2-legged finals, or is it one-legged?
I think it's one-legged, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a final.
Know, though. Yeah, pretty sure it is a final, but yeah, it's an interesting one. And then yeah, Spanish second division, but these are 55% odds roughly. I mean, yeah, we're not looking at like incredible favorites here, are we? We're kind of down into the dumps already, but you expect that, right? So there's not that many leagues playing right now. We do have Brazil back, which is an interesting one. Not that anyone's like incredible favorites. Mineiro probably being, the outlier, but that's still not even that good of an odds percentage for us. I don't know. It's kind of a weak weekend as far as, take River out of that. Like, you're not really looking at too much firepower. Flamengo play Vasco, but they're away. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything that's like incredibly worrisome across the board, I would argue. But obviously, last games in the Spanish second division, I know there's a couple of things that have happened. So Valladolid have won the league. Well, I say won the league. They've been promoted. They haven't won the league, I don't think. I guess Leganes have a really good chance of going up as well. Eibar would need to win their game and Leganes lose, but they'd have to win by a couple of goals. I'm going to assume there. What about the playoffs? Where do they go down to? Would that be 8th?
I'm going to check, but yeah, that sounds about right.
It'd be like 3rd to 8th. I think that would make sense. So yeah, look at that. It's like 58, 59, 59. So from 11 upwards could get into the playoffs, it seems. It's pretty fun.
So 6th is the actual playoff line with Racing Santander and 64 points.
Of course. Yeah. Okay. Oh wow. So Racing Ferrol can't even go up. It's just Gijón and Gijón. Santander play Villarreal 2, which is probably the easiest fixture they could ever want. So they're going to really need to win that game. So Sport and Gijón don't sneak in there. But okay, so it's 3rd to 6th. Yeah, of course it is.
Charlie with a great eye here as well. Losing 11 games and still winning the league is mad. It is a 42-game season, but I'm totally with you there, Charlie. But yeah, it is mad seeing that, isn't it? Normally it's a single digits in the loss column for whoever's top, like in any division, in any league, really, So I seen that up at 11 is striking.
I don't know. There's just so many.
Only 50 goals scored as well. They're not even like top goal scorers by any stretch.
No. Like, you got teams like Miranda's down here nearly getting relegated, basically got the same amount of goals scored. Obviously, way more goals conceded, but yeah, it's a weird league, but fun. Like, it kind of reminds me of the MLS in quite a few ways.
Yeah.
This is, as how spread out everything is, quality-wise, maybe, or not enough quality. But yeah, nice. Yeah, interesting dynamics there. But yeah, where'd you...
Gijón!
Shrek FC.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about before we came on. Sean Johnson starting for Toronto. Nobody knows. I'm not playing mine. I'm not taking the risk. But maybe I'd throw him in a team now that people think it's halfway possible. I thought it was not even on the cards a week ago.
I didn't think it was on. Yeah, I didn't think it was on the cards because they played on the Wednesday. The team's been together since Tuesday. And by team, I mean the US team. So I can't see how they'd let him play again. But maybe because he is third choice, like, it's just one of them where, like, if second choice gets injured, then they need him for training. But, like, if he's third choice, I mean, do you know what I mean? Only two keepers can play when there's like a five-a-side. Do you know what I mean? One can rotate in and out. But, I don't know. Maybe they've told him, you might as well play Saturday. Because I think he but he's like in the top however many goalkeepers clean sheet history situation for the MLS. I think it's like 100 clean sheets. So, yeah, maybe he wants to get to 101. Yeah, I'm playing him, but not in a prioritized lineup because, like Quinny said, we just don't know.
Yeah, it's set for heartbreak, I think, isn't it? And the England question's kind of coming up here. And Gareth Southgate has been a bit of a frustrating England manager, I think, from like a neutral perspective in terms of like sticking with Maguire and some of this other stuff. Like, how amazing their squad is. I still wouldn't be surprised to somehow see Jordan Henderson come out of thin air and get in the team somehow, and Foden and all these guys are on the bench and stuff, and somehow it's happened where he's done something totally suboptimal. So Walker, I'm not too sure because he's played a lot of minutes this year and stuff. Oh, we've got a wee projected lineup. Nice. Walker is on projection, but maybe Consa gets the minutes to get a look in. And yeah, maybe Stones is on right back. That's a possibility. I think Trippier is in at left, but they don't really have a left back. So maybe Branthwaite could maybe play there. It's like an experiment in a game like this or something, So like it is Gomez, really potentially. Yeah. Gomez is down there behind Trippier for anyone that can't see it. Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm. So Yeah, it's a weird one. And with their attacking talent, I don't think Southgate's got it in his locker, right? But see, when you do see Trent playing as like the centre defensive mid, it might be like in possession. It might be like a 3-5-2 rather than a 4-4, whatever, So, like rather than Walker, it could be like Stones, Branthwaite, and then another centre back guy, maybe Kwanzaa, something like that, Konsa.
Mm-hmm.
And then Trent is actually like the right back, but he's operating in midfield. You could see a bit of that kind of offsetness, rather than I don't see him being on the left side of midfield. Certainly, it feels totally awkward, but maybe he is. But so it's a funny one. You'd like to think Gordon, Foden, Palmer, a lot of these guys. Well, I say that I don't know if Palmer's nailed because he's not really been in the England setup, and like Saka has obviously been unreal. Madison's been in amongst the squad. People think Mainu's going to get minutes. Wharton as well, but linked to Bayern Munich, of course, recently. So the England team, maybe Foden and Gordon I've rather nailed, but I'm not even sure I'd say that about Gordon. Just I'm a big fanboy of him this season.
I wouldn't. I think Rice is the only one that I'd be like, okay, Rice plays. I don't think you could put your money on anyone else guaranteed to play. Maybe Pickford if you think they go strong from the start, but yeah, it's a tricky one. Just like I said, play them in lineups, but Jesus, don't go expecting things with this England lineup because once you start expecting players to start and they don't, obviously, you're setting yourself up for disaster. But like you said, off the bench with the Scotland situation, especially for the England forwards line, midfielders as well, probably decisives are probably going to trickle in, even in the second half when teams are tired and, changes have been made. So take it all with a pinch of salt, I think, because nobody knows. It's just so hard to predict, isn't it?
I don't know if this is a dig at me, maybe saying Slovakia for Sesko in another video or something like that. So I'm really sorry if I made a slip of the tongue. I don't know if this is a wee chin at me or it's just a wee humble brag, but we've got it on screen anyway.
Yeah, I don't think I can't. Well, maybe you did it in a video, so I can't take.
Yeah, I'm just not sure why that's aimed at me or this show because we've not mentioned them, So, but yeah, a lot of people saying, "Oh, it will be Gallagher and it will be Mainu," and so we've even got different opinions between you guys. And hero legend of the community, Andy Laird, is in the live chat asking what he missed. And Laird, and for everyone that's just joining us now, we need to get the egg timers into the chat. If you are doing a bit of deadline drama, if you're just building your teams right here, right now on arrival, as well as hitting the like button, drop a wee egg timer emoji, let us know you're here building teams. We've got a bunch of them in already. Good to see you as ever, mate. Just a comment. Oh, okay, cool. No problem, my man. It's just Slovakia, Slovenia. There's a few nations and teams and all that where I'm really bad for just in my head swapping them around by mistake. So just a wee maybe I'm being a bit precious. That was all. But, Rice and Pickford and probably Trippier are nailed on to start for Callum, Carter, Davidson. And again, I think Pickford is probably quite nailed. Southgate's never given another keeper a cap yet, has he? So that's probably quite safe. Espanyol into All-Star, Brave, Sorare CT4. I guess that'll be quite good if the internationals all kind of break on themselves and you might get a clear path to blaze for yourself. So, that could be an interesting way to go.
Yeah, definitely. Should we get stuck into challenges? Because obviously we haven't got any champions. It's just challenges and contenders this weekend outside of friendlies and finals and stuff.
So let's do challengers, contenders like we normally would, and then we'll do Champions League final, and then we'll cover any of the friendly chat that's still kind of going around from here on, from there onwards. So we've got the MLS now. There's what's the name of the podcast? It's absolutely teeny tiny. It's called NYCFC Views, and it's two of the I've told people about it that I kind of talk to and stuff like that for ages. But it's two of the guys who do commentary on the radio for like NYC, like officially, so like they're like the radio commentators. Anyway, they were doing their thing. I don't know how long they were doing it live for. I don't think it's too long, but I was the only person in the live chat.
No way. That's class.
So it was funny because they're just like, because they're like, when the guy started talking back to me, and the other guy was like, "Who's Quinny?" I was just in the live chat before going to bed, just like, was Magno going to play? What's Maxie's up to? And just trying to get some of the goss off them. And word on the street is it won't be much of a change team. If it's not broke, don't fix it. NYC are going for 5 wins on the bounce, I think, off the top of my head. But we do think Maxi Morales makes his return. L15 is 0. If you need a wee wild card, you've got him in your gallery. Off the bench against San Jose, I'll take anyone for a decisive called Morales. But this looks to be quite a safe team outside of that.
This game's tonight as well, Quinny. So Friday curse could come and haunt us. Santi, Santi
Well, it might not be Friday where I am. It might be Saturday for me.
Let's have a look. It's Friday here. Let's have a look.
Yes, it's Saturday for me. Whoop, whoop, whoop. No Friday.
Is it like 8 o'clock? 7:30. Yeah.
midnight for me.
Yeah. But yeah, they don't normally do Friday night games here. So.
And that was what the guys were saying as well. NYC have got 3 Friday games in a row coming up.
Interesting. Wow. Genuinely, I haven't like I have MLS TV or whatever it's called, the Pass or whatever, and it's just all Saturday. Obviously, we have midweek fixtures, but I mean, if we're talking weekend fixtures, they're never on Friday recently, which is interesting. But yeah, teams on the screen, like Quinny said. DC Toronto, obviously the Sean Johnson situation, we don't really know what's going on there. DC got battered by Montreal midweek 4-2, so big shake-up there. Benteke didn't manage to bag 2 goals, though, so he's still doing his thing. Insigne, well, his wife had a baby. I don't know if it's his wife. I'm gonna say it's his wife. It's either wife or girlfriend or fiance. But yeah, he went to Italy or whatever. He's back, but we don't know if he's going to start, basically. The gaffers basically said that we don't know if we're going to risk him. So yeah. We've lost Quinny. That's fine. So yeah, DC Toronto, Philly, Montreal. I think Deke has updated Carranza's percentage a little bit because he was out for the midweek little knock or whatever. So yeah, there's definitely an updated Philly percentage for Carranza. I don't know what to, but it's definitely updated. We can have a little look in a minute. Montreal's team, like I said, nice little 4-2 win for them. Chaunier is suspended. But he's away with Canada, I think, after this fixture. New York Red Bulls against Orlando City. Quite a similar team to midweek. The only difference is Sean Ellis coming in. For who is it? The guy who scored. I have his card. I can't think of his name. Center half. Anyway, Orlando. I think they beat away from home. Beat somebody away from home, didn't they? Oh, it was Chicago, or maybe they drew with them. Either way, it was the worst goal I've ever seen in my life. So, husband, terrible, funny. So yeah, that is how we're looking for that fixture. Into Miami, St. Louis FC. Messi should be all good to go, it feels like. Yeah, into Miami with a shocking result against Atlanta at home. Yeah, nobody saw that one coming, I don't think. And then, yeah, St. Louis's team on signings, I think, St. Louis, last couple of...
Sorry, had the school phoning me. Had to make sure the kids hadn't killed somebody. Got themselves in the bother. So thanks, Harry. Let me drop you in it there.
No worries. I don't know, Cal. I'll have a little look at what Minnesota's predicted lineup is. But
Turbo here. Our husband is North America, so hey, let's not assume anything, Harry. We don't want to get in trouble.
Right.
Don't want the deadline show getting cancelled here. So watch your tongue. Insignia's significant other. How about that? There we go.
Yeah. Nashville, New York Revolution. Nashville are on a bit of a change of fortune, to be fair. They got interim manager and he's come in and done really well. I think they've conceded something like 4 goals or something in like the last couple of games, or basically a low amount of goals. Doing well defensively. Walker Zimmerman coming back in, even though he's only managing like 65 minutes each game. He's been doing pretty well. Jack Mayer scoring really, really well. Hani Mukhtar, a couple of assists midweek in that victory against Cincinnati, which was, did not expect that one. Sam Sturridge was rested / didn't play midweek, so it looks like he'll come back in for Bunbury. Rest of it kind of picks itself, I think. And then Carlos Heels mob. Mikey Baston, you naughty man.
Getting the soap opera on the go.
And then this is the Robin Lod situation. I mean, Lod's down at like 90% here from what Deke showed, so I don't think he'd leave. Yeah. So I don't know. From what this looks like, it doesn't look like he'll leave. But obviously, take it over the.
Because Finland just have friendlies, don't they? Finland aren't actually in the Euros, so
no. Finland aren't in it.
Yeah, low-key pressure to go and join that camp, I think. This is a big one. SKC's probably 3 points Minnesota I think they should be getting, or they'll be wanting to get, certainly.
Yeah, I don't know. Minnesota have been class recently. New manager. Used to play in the Welsh League. I will just drop that one in there. He's like 32, doing really, really good. He was in like the Welsh setup. He was at United actually as well, in some sort of role. But yeah, he's really come in and done well. Getting the
Form
best
table
out.
Minnesota are 5th in the East, or 5th in the West, sorry. Not too bad.
They're smashing it. He's really, really kicking them on big time. Obviously, Reynoso's made his move to Tijuana now, official. So
Right.
yeah, he was training yesterday with a tag on his ankle. Joking, he wasn't. Funny. He wasn't.
Really?
But yeah, Sporting Kansas City, they rotated their front three midweek. So, and the gaffer came out and said something like he was really happy with them, even though they lost, I think. And then, basically said they were more intense than Pulido, Russell, and Saloy, who, probably are lacking a bit of legs between them. So I don't know. Yeah, there's an interesting dynamic there. Don't just take it that those front three definitely come back in, even though they lost. Melia, Pulscamp's a 50-50, which is quite interesting. Pulscamp played the midweek. Keep an eye on that one. Chicago, LA Galaxy. Chicago being at home. LA Galaxy being the away team, but the superior team by a mile.
Chicago they're tied with Kansas as being like the worst team on form at the moment. Conceded 9 goals, scoring 4 in the last 5. 3 losses, 2 draws. Kansas have lost the last 5 out of 5, but they've scored 1 more goal, which is maybe marginally better. But they've also conceded 1 more. And LA Galaxy, like you've said quite a lot in the show, they've been almost a version of their best self. Last 5 games, especially 9 goals scored, 6 conceded, undefeated.
Yeah, they've done well. Considering Painstill's out. For Gundez, to be fair, I don't really rate him, but he's been bringing a few goals and assists to the table. But yeah, it's Ricky Puig show. Gabriel Peck, we still don't have cards for him, and he's still smashing it. So when Peck cards, Joveljic, I think got 2 goals last game.
Right, go on, Dejan.
Big Dejan.
And Ake Yaman, of course, the hero and the legend at right back.
Yeah, he's been scoring a bit better recently, which is good for him and you and the threshold. Salt Lake, Austin. Salt Lake at home. They pinched a little draw away to Seattle in like the 97th minute last game.
Oh yeah, 1 each.
Yeah, Andres Gomez got a goal there.
By the way,
go on.
Looking at the table here, RSL second top goal scorers in MLS after 16, 17 games played, depending on how you look at it. And yeah, only 2 games lost. They are really kicking on. I remember them getting to the playoffs a year or 2 ago under Mascheroni, and they were not favoured at all. They were last place in the playoff spots, and then ended up getting, I'm not sure they would go all the way to the final, but certainly the semi-finals, and they were minging. But they're proper formidable, aren't they? I keep wanting to write them off, but they're still up there.
Yeah, you look at the goalkeeper, and back four isn't great really on paper, but outside of maybe Glad and Vera, but that front three is just dynamic, man. Gomez has been class. Aranjo's basically MVP conversation worthy, and Diego Luna's got a lot of quality as well. And yeah, they've really, really brought it this year big time. And Austin are probably on the opposite side of that, to be honest, but they've got a bit better. Jurisi's at 40%, which I don't really know what's going on there. Is it just he played midweek, so I don't know whether that means he took a knock midweek or he's just being dropped. I do think he missed a penalty midweek, so I don't know whether that's anything to do with that.
Maybe they're just resting him because they know we're probably not going to win this one, so let's just keep him. So their away trip as well, and Salt Lake is in Idaho or Ohio or something. Utah, yeah, there we go. And I just think about mountains and big bodies of water when I hear that state.
Mormons and mountains, Quinny, is the
Mormons and mountains. Yeah, that's the vibe I get from that. Yeah, aye.
Yeah.
Utah, you call it. What did I say? Idaho, totally wrong, but yeah. There you go. So yeah, I think that'll be a good one for RSL. If you've got those key players, you know who the smashers are. A bit of a, but just before you scroll away from that, Harry, at the bottom of RSL there, there's a wee bit of a substantial kind of injury list there. So I don't know if that's maybe something to be mindful of in terms of the form or anything, is it not? Okay, fair.
Nah, maybe Silva, but Pablo Ruiz has been out all season. He obviously would normally play in that holding role. He's been really good, obviously, over the years, but yeah. They do have a lot out, though. It says there, Drusi questionable. Sorry, I didn't really bother looking down there, but that's kind of why he's not involved. Not because he missed the penalty. And then
Might have been Mikey.
best fixture of the MLS/challenge, as it feels like. Alongside that Copenhagen fixture is LAFC at home. Bogu scored an unbelievable goal midweek. Bouanga got a couple as well. Yeah, again, just a lot of firepower. But Aaron, I tell you what, that Aaron Long shout, I remember watching one of your streams and he was like a quid, and it's just like, what are we doing? Like a rare Aaron Long was like a quid, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And, he's been scoring like 25 AA like every game basically since coming in. So
it's the price of a big head.
Right. Yeah, and experience. He's not the best player in the world, but he'll definitely do a job in this LAFC team, it looks like. So yeah, again, this could be a bit of a bloodbath. I think Dallas are just not good, realistically. Yeah. That defense, that back 3/5 is just not good enough to deal with, LA's sort of front five, in my opinion. So
if Ibeaga's getting into your defence alongside Omar Gonzalez, then you're asking for trouble, aren't you? Like, that's just,
big
Ibeaga is at best like a fourth choice centre back for an MLS club, and Gonzalez should have retired probably about 3 years ago.
Yeah, Dallas are in a bad way. Like, if it wasn't for like Peter Musa, I would say this team is the worst team. And Ilara Mendy maybe, but like, it's shocking. Obviously, Ferreira's touch and go. He came off the bench midweek, I think. And yeah, what's the Argentinian kid called? What's his name? He's been out with an ACL injury. Can't think of his name, but he's obviously been a massive miss. I can't think of his name at all. Lad, someone let me know in the chat. Under 23 as well. I should know. But he's been out, but I know he's training and stuff, so he should be back, relatively soon. Yeah, Mikey Baston said he bought him for £1.50 and his scores have been anything above 57. So yeah, great little shout there. No Gordon in 18th
in Charlie's picture hunts. So if you do have a Gordon, maybe ice that up for another week.
Keep an eye on that one. Yeah, Timbers Houston. Looks like the Evander show continues.
Evander's free kick was a worldie, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good. He is known for his dead ball sort of quality, and yeah, no, they've been doing pretty well. There's definitely a goalkeeper situation here of Krapau. Like, Pantomis played the midweek, actually saved a penalty, I believe, from maybe Drussi. But yeah, Krapau is normally number one, but he goes away with the Canada team. I don't really know the dynamic there. And then yeah, Tarbell's in goal for Houston because of Clark's facial injury. So yeah, lots of goalkeeper rotations and changes and injuries in the MLS, which is just great. But yeah, pretty full strength for Houston. Don Hector at 75.
We've all been there, mate. We've all been there. You'll be rewatching, freeze framing. Oh, who was that? That looked like his haircut. I'm sure he wears white boots as well. Yeah, love it, mate. Good luck, Joe. Let us know what you find, what you dig up.
And then the Scottish Messi show.
Yeah, this should be a good one. Like, Gold loves it, of course, in good form. Vancouver feel like they're in a decent enough space, although they're not really winning too much, but they are like scoring goals. 22 goals scored in 15 games is always a decent record. In Colorado, is this the overall table I'm back on? It is. Colorado currently find themselves in 7th. Wow, 28 goals scored in 16 games, but 29 conceded. So, like, that's, Vancouver are scoring a few, and Colorado are probably scoring a few as well, I'd say.
Ever since I've bought Navarro, he's missed 2 penalties in 2 games. I'll give you that.
Ouch.
Managed to score a goal in between that as well. So yeah, that's been a bit of a weird one. But yeah, Mihailovic looks on form. Zach Steff in the last couple of games has conceded. I think he has conceded 3 every game because his scores have been dire on Sorare the last couple, all in the orange. But yeah, Vancouver at home, you'd have to fancy them again.
3 goals conceded, 4 out of the last 5 for Zach Steffen.
Yeah,
one of those games he conceded 5 goals.
Yes, it's a rough one, but yeah, I think it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out there's probably goals in this one. You'd have to imagine. I don't know what way they're going to go, but yeah, there definitely should be goals in this one, I'd say.
Yeah.
Atlanta Charlotte, bit of a derby-ish.
Is it?
Well,
Charlotte?
It's not far.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think.
I mean, they're both in the south. Carolina versus. Yeah.
Charlotte, Illinois. I thought Illinois was
No,
like
it's North Carolina or South, one of the two.
Charlotte, North Carolina, is it?
Yeah.
So so is there also a Charlotte, Illinois? That's what I don't know why I thought that was Charlotte, Illinois. That is
Chicago,
that's it.
Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah.
I'm really showing my American geography up today, haven't I? But okay, North Carolina, is that close to Georgia? Cool. Learn something new every
I
day.
don't think it's a million miles away.
Fair
Laird will
enough.
tell us. Yeah, Georgia versus the North Carolina. Yeah, Almada should be back, which is fun. I think he played midweek. Well, he did play midweek in that.
Giacomakis can't be 25% for this one, is he? He's away doing a medical somewhere. Is he not by now?
He's cashing in, isn't he?
Oh yeah, looks like he's cashing in and cashing out for sure. And Atlanta, like, not that Giacomakis is any like world class player or anything, but it's just, even if he does leave, look, it's just so much weight and stress on Almada, isn't it?
Yeah,
like
big time.
Such a weak
Big
team.
time.
Dax McCarthy in midfield, and then the
He played
defense have like Miles Robinson in it anymore, or who was the other one that
George
just left?
Campbell used to play there.
George Campbell. Yeah, there's not even any of those guys that have been round the block once or twice when they were kind of good or better, or I don't know.
It's just Brooks Lennon basically that's left, isn't it? Really.
Yeah. That is it.
But yeah, the Guzan situation obviously was suspended for the midweek. Cohen came in and didn't keep a clean sheet, but they did win the game. So we could see maybe a changing of the guard here. Hopefully not for Andrew Laird's sake, with the couple of Guzans he got in his back pocket. So yeah, it's a weird one. I don't know. I don't know. Gun to my head, I maybe say Guzan starts just because like it was he was just suspended. Like it's not as if he hasn't been good, but like he's a bit of a veteran there, as we know, and yeah, probably holds quite a lot of weight around the club and stuff. So I'd be shocked if they just drop him. It'd be a weird one, I think, for the for the team morale and whatever. But I don't know. Weirder things have happened. Conceding to only Messi, like Jeremy says, is like a clean sheet. I agree there. I do.
And then you're getting called Harold.
Yeah. That's a group chat thing. That's a looking up with Laird. Looking up with Laird reference.
Love it. But yeah, I was just just as you came in, we're leaving that there, I was thinking Kalina's maybe one of the more interesting goalkeepers. Like Atlanta will probably pepper some shots. Maybe Charlotte could get a clean sheet in a game like this, but like
had 5 clean sheets out of 6 games. Like it's not out of the realm. He's been unbelievable. Yeah. Conceded 3 midweek mine to New York Red Bulls, but outside of that, he has been really good. So yeah, no, he got a chance. I think Almada probably, Charlotte have been really good. Like defensively, they've been very, very solid all year. It looks like Lindsay's favoured to play instead of Byrne. Maybe a little Byrne at left back. Maybe okay, that makes sense. I was going to say there's no way Byrne doesn't play. Surely to God, he's best defender. Have captain Kalina. If there's any goalkeeper to captain in the MLS, it's either him or the Austin keeper, whatever his name is.
Freeze
is up there. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, there's 3. Freeze, Kalina, and Brad Stuver. Yeah, Lairds right. What's going on, lads? It's like a 1 in 3 ratio almost. Sort it out. But yeah, Columbus in the final against Pachuca. Cucho looks back fit. He's been training. He looks ready, signing autographs. He looks ready for the big final. I don't think there's many other.
What's happened to Amundsen, Harry? Do you know? It's just kind of dropped off my thing. He's not really playing anymore.
Yeah, this Shaburko's come in and done pretty well. Yeah, I don't know the actual, when the changing really happened. I know it's happened over the last few weeks, but I don't know, for whatever reason, maybe he's fallen out with the coach. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but it does feel like a bit of a weird one, even though looking at like Sorare stats, which is not the be all or end all, that Shaburko has been scoring really well. So I don't know. Maybe he's just undroppable from when Amundsen was injured. I don't know the exact reason for it, to be honest, mate. But yeah, weird one though, because obviously Amundsen was mega scorer at the start of the season. So
I've got the poll sorted. So we need to smash the likes up, guys. We're not going to get any DNPs. This is going to be a treacherous game week. We need to make sure
big time.
We're getting all that luck in. Stuvar as well, bit of a shout. Edward, good to see you. And we've got Rosario news. I think we'll get to Argentina shortly, but I think we do have that. Red or Dead, someone else asked for Rosario earlier on. if I can say that non-weird earlier on. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of challenges. Then I know we said obviously they have Brazil, so there is Brazil as well. But and we do have Genk versus Ghent. If I quickly just throw that up,
Everyone's favourite head-to-head game.
Yeah, 100%. Martin van der Voort's last game.
His last game.
All the boys in
VDV.
blue.
He's a big game performer. What's on the line for this? Is it Europa League or Conference League or
It's
what is
definitely
it?
something. Yeah, it's either, I think it's Conference League.
Conference League.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
El Canus, Galaraza, Hurovsky. Nice midfield. I like that.
Yeah, not a bad team.
Mark McKenzie.
Do
you know what I was thinking, by the way? See, with I was looking at Leverkusen for like end of season stuff and all the rest of it, and I seen Costin Odilon was linked to the Premier League, and I set off a wee kind of thing, a wee thought in my mind, and I was thinking, like even before Xavi Alonso came in there, they buy a lot of players from Belgium, and I was thinking, imagine they bought Mark McKenzie or Koki Machida in the summer to replace Odilon or something. That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it? And I just seen Mark McKenzie on screen there, and it just came in my mind again.
The ripple effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think he captained Genk last game, Mark McKenzie, or the game before. He's
quality, man. He's player, a proper good defender. Big
really
fan
good
of
on the ball. Yeah, I like him.
I like two of the defenders in this team as well. Ishmael Kandus and Jordan Torunariga are both really good defenders for my money as well. Obviously, Julian Dessart has been a bit of the star of this team this year. I know Gandelman's got a fan in the live chat with us today. And Archie Brown, who's he on loan from, or has he been bought from somebody like Chelsea or something like that? Isn't he?
Yeah, there is definitely a connection somewhere. I can't remember what team it is.
Yeah, so two kind of interesting, exciting teams. One of them won't make European football. It is for the Europa Conference League. And let me just check on the fixtures if this is a one-off game or is it a two-legged affair?
Yeah, it's a one-off, to be fair.
It's a one-off, confirmed. Yep, one-off. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, little island game in the middle of the summer. And yeah, I guess Contenders comes into it then, where obviously Spanish second division dominates realistically as far as like fixtures go, like number of fixtures, but they're not really up there on the old matchups tab apart from Espanyol. Donkey FC is up there as well.
Fair enough. I don't know Watanabe that well, so I can't vouch for him. But I'm with you all the way, Weasel. If you like him, I like him. Bought from Chelsea. Talk is he's moving back to an English club as he's been highly rated. It feels like a guy that goes to the Championship and does pretty well. Like we've seen the likes of Jonathan Panzo, and there's been a Louis Binks. There's been a few like English players that end up getting a Sorare card, and then we end up getting some Championship utility. So it could be the next one of them.
Big time. Yeah, I don't know. A bit of Argentina actually in here as well.
Do we have them on the prediction site?
Don't think so. Maybe we do. No.
Right. Let's say I'll fire it up for this, right? But let's consult the predicted lineups on Sorare data because maybe we've got experts sorting the things out and stuff. That's all been verified. It's got the nice wee lineup projections. There we go. Share this tab and Conan Ball, Libertadores. Is this? Oh no, this is the midweek. I'm still in. I beg your pardon. And yeah, let's open up Argentina. Right, so we've got Racing playing Deportivo. I'll just put this on screen and we'll kind of go through them as best we can. So we've got Racing. This looks to be, I'm checking first for Almendra De Cesare. Love seeing a fullback called De Cesare, by the way. Don't know if he's any good or not. Santiago Sosa, bit of a player. Don't know how reliable this is, but it's not got the wee blue ticks on it. Does it? Oh, it does. Yeah, it does. Reliable, very high is where we're at the moment for this team. So that's fun. Argentinos Juniors away to Belgrano. Do we still have Argentinos Juniors cards? I think we do.
Yeah, I think so.
Here's the team on screen. This is not good, I don't think. Quite holy. Let's just look at the big ones. Let's go to River Tigre. This should be pretty decent, I would think. Yes, this is verified for Broja and co. This is Sorare data expert approved, as it were. Calidio and Broja in attack. Solari, Echeverri, Barco, Alejandro. That's a fun midfield. I don't know much about the Alejandro guy, but the other ones are tidy enough. And then the defence is pretty solid. That Santana guy you seem to like. He's AAA. Looking good for him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they played last night, so yeah, there'll definitely be a few little rotations and stuff.
That Santana guy, 26, and he's got a decent little L5 on the go there, a little L6 in the making. Not too bad at all, by the way. All AA based, no decisives.
Yeah, he has been scoring well. I'll give him that.
That's a good one. Boca are away to Platense. I'm not too sure how solid this is. We do get some DNPs on the starting 11, but I think, oh wow, it's Sorare and Blanco playing together. That's kind of fun and kind of OP because they're both left backs. So Sorare's been playing right back. Nice. I like that. Boca team's kind of coming on a wee bit. Some players that can actually do something.
Lyd and Josh are saying that Mendrell won't play this weekend, apparently.
Boo. We need to sort that out then. That's fine. Anything else in Argentina? Rosario. That was one of the ones that came up. We're wanting actual news on. Sadly, this is the best we can do. Is it verifiable? It is, according to Sorare. League specialist. Ooh. So this is a good one. League specialist confirmed on these predictions. Tam O'Connor, I should say, in defence, it looks like, maybe. Or maybe just the positions are off.
Yeah, he's a midfielder, I think. That team looks a bit...
League specialist approved. This one is, so it should be pretty tidy. And Marcelino Moreno is in the opposition. How's he been doing?
Yeah, he's been doing really well.
Love really Marcelino Moreno. He's still got the peaks in him, but he's a bit of a passenger, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Still got those peaks. Not quite the man we once knew, but yeah, there's Rosario once more. So I know that was asked for quite a bit. Cruzeiro, let's have a wee peek. Oh no, yeah, we can have a wee peek at Brazil, I suppose. On this and see if we get any intel. Brasilio. And who was it you were after? Cruzeiro. Cruzeiro were linked to someone pretty decent recently. I forget who it was.
They just signed Casio.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. But there he is. Casio. Yeah. 57% on. And that is league specialist verified. Highly reliable 50% that is. So take that for what you will. Cifuentes in midfield with Barreal. This is a fun team, isn't it?
Barreal started yesterday. You could look at who started yesterday, maybe go off that, but
Gabriel Veron, is that the guy? Yeah, that went to Porto. Yeah, he was good for a minute.
He started yesterday as well.
Yeah, that's a fun little team in the making, that Cruzeiro, by the way. Yeah, I like that. Marlon as well. I don't know this João Mancelo, but AA rated. Casio in goals now. Alan Franco and Rafael for Sao Paulo. That's funny to see. Lucas Moura, eat your heart out.
Yeah, he's back fit, I think. Started last game.
He has 14 rare cards. He could be brilliant at Brazil. He started the last game, got up to 75 or so, 73. That's fun. Love seeing stuff like that. Anything else from this page we want to have a sconce at?
Mineiro, maybe. I don't know. People might have Mineiro cards.
Mineiro against Bahia.
It's the best fixture, yeah.
So league specialist approved for Mineiro, and for Bahia, league specialist approved on Sorare data. So there you go. Two interesting teams to look at, I think. I quite like this Jean Lucas, by the way. Sorry, I've not shared the tab properly. I remember watching Leon and stuff like that. Or was it Monaco? I remember watching.
Yeah, Leon. It was Leon. He might have played for both, actually. Yeah.
He did play for both, but I forget where it was. But I remember seeing him and thinking, he's actually really good. Why is nobody talking about him? And he's like, just the fact he's not 18 or something. He's like mid to late 20s now. He's back in Brazil. But he is actually like a genuinely like European level player. So if he's playing and stuff, that's fun. No goalkeeper card, I don't think, for that team. Mineiro kind of speaks for itself, front to back, doesn't it? A lot of really recognisable names here and consistent scorers, especially in attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just thinking, should we try and go through all the Spanish second divisions and
Do we have predicted lineups for them?
Yeah.
Let's have a peek at the main ones. Let's say like who is popping out. I can get the matchups tab back together if you want, and we can flip between.
I mean, I know Leganes have a really decent fixture, and they have a lot to play for. So that's
okay. Here's Leganes here.
Yeah, a little Leganes one. I mean, I'm happy just to scroll through them all, to be honest. Burgos at home. Away to Alcoron. Badia Shields in goal. I think that is actually Benoit's older brother, like genuinely now. Yeah, and he's out 15 of 0 this weekend, so keep an eye on that one.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, coming in for the last game. Away to the Donkeys. How did he say?
Hang on.
Little goalkeeper situation going on there. This clicking thing is really annoying, but
That's only a short while. Only a short while. We need to deal with it. Mirandez, that's like 18th versus 20th or something. This could be a good one. Amor Abieta, by the way, I've got an under 23 goalkeeper, Harry, that scores very well.
Well, I know that very well, Quinny, because my under 23 keeper that plays for them was dropped for him. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, I know all about that. Don't worry.
I seen that on that lineup builder on my place last night. I was like, Jesus, man, this guy's actually scoring points for the Amor Abieta.
For so long, they were just not winning games, obviously, and my guy wasn't scoring very well. But my guy would go away with the Spanish under 21s team, and then the new guy who's in now would play, the games because they wouldn't stop for European. Sorry, they wouldn't stop. The season obviously just continues, doesn't it? So, yeah, he managed to work his way in there. Elche away to Leganes. This is that big game for Leganes.
Nice.
Yeah, this scrolling thing's doing my boxing.
That's not fun, is it?
No. Oviedo? Oh, no, we'll do Ferrol. Yeah, Ferrol play Andorra. I don't think Ferrol can get into the playoffs from what I remember seeing. So, yeah, quite a few 70s.
What team does PK Fernandez play for? Because last weekend he was sketchy and played, and this weekend, Sorare data predictions, he was sketchy. Santander, yeah.
Yeah, he's 80% on, apparently.
He's back in. So whoever we're doing lineup builders with last night, PK Fernandez looks in, Inigo Vicente as well, and Jordi Mbuya, by the way. That's a really good little team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not a bad team. Bad team there. Oviedo away to Eibar. Colombato 95%. Goalkeeper Leo Roman, under 23, 95%.
Oh, PK Fernandez agent was in Sevilla this week. That could be fun.
Ooh.
Like if he's capable of stepping up, good place to go.
Zaragoza.
Zaragoza. It's a really harsh one, that, isn't it? Zaragoza. Don't know any of those guys. Must be
Victor
said.
Malero, the ex Atletico Madrid boy, I think that is.
No, that's not a name I know. Victor Malero. It's a new one on me.
He broke through at a Spanish team and then didn't really kick on, or maybe he was on loan for a long time.
Huesca are playing a backup. FYI, there'll be an L15-0 maybe inbound.
Ooh, Juan Perez. Interesting. Tobias, careful with Pereira, someone at Rosenberg's practice. Very interesting. Backline, which suggests some changes we don't see coming. Interesting, yeah. Lots of last-minute changes for us then.
We do have the Scandies on this website, don't we? So we can have a wee peek at them as they come up.
Yeah, this is what's down for now, but if this won't be updated about that backline situation, so... but yeah, the rest I think probably take care of itself. And we also have, obviously, if we had J League as well, we might just throw a few of these on. Hiroshima, best J League fixture of the weekend.
Get the Valladolid team up next, I suppose.
Valladolid, isn't
it? Sanfrecce was there as well, for anyone that missed it. Monchu, we know.
Yeah. Ramoro.
We know. I think they've sacked their manager, Valladolid, or they're going to sack him. The manager's like out, even though they've won the league.
They were like giving him a new contract and that one. They basically, I remember seeing that. Yeah. So.
Negredo, maybe he starts.
Fiorentina don't have predictions on here, Charles.
I can maybe go and try and find them on Gazzetta. See if they've got it for us.
Hopefully they've got them over there.
Yeah, no, their Gazette is acting like there's no games on.
Right.
Atalanta, by the way, if they win this, they go into third over Juventus, which does change things for them Champions League wise, I think. So, like, Atalanta won't be in cruise control yet. Fiorentina are licking their wounds from losing a final. So, like, I think Atalanta win that probably. They're on it up. They gain something from winning the game. And Fiorentina, the manager might be leaving. They've just lost to Olympiacos. Nothing really changes. I would think Carnesecchi comes back in general just because that's the way Atalanta have rotated. But who knows what team he'll play really with some of the rotation things. CDK transfer permanent to Atalanta is nigh as well. So I think, you'll probably see, I think that's just something I would add in. Don't think that makes any difference to the team, but it just came to mind. I thought I would share.
Just going through a couple of these that I see. Lingard at 70% for Seoul. John Buck away to Ulsan. Feel like they play each other every single week, by the way.
Yeah. Jeremy makes a good point. Atalanta winning the Europa League, they'll probably go into pot one as Europa League holders rather than third or fourth place Serie A. So fair enough, yeah. But still, they'll want to finish ahead of Juve. I think that's definitely going to be something that the little team from Bergamo will want to just put the icing on top of the cake of the season.
Do a little Mulder action. Mats Moller.
Hey.
Mats Moller Mulder. And then, what else have we got?
Mulder.
Mulder. Shonen.
See being a Celtic fan as well, like, see all the qualifiers we used to do, every year you would come up against like Molde and Malmo and Rosenborg and AIK and Copenhagen and what's the other one? I can't remind me. You used to come across them all the time, and Molde were definitely one of my most hated because they were always crap, but they would always make it really hard. I think Molde actually put us out one time, maybe a Europa Cup,
really?
maybe a Europa group or something.
Wow.
But I always hated Molde just because they were always crap, but somehow difficult. But anyway,
Pope is out for like 3 months. I've heard, the goalkeeper.
Nick Pope.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's Marino. Marino's played midweek, but I think, Pope got injured. Oh, that was it was the 59th minute one. Tudor's going to leave Lazio already.
What? Crazy.
Didn't do Kobe, did we? Vissel. Isaac Vissel Kobe.
I don't recognize that entire defense. I don't think it's a weird one. Not weird, but
yeah. Fiorel 2 away to Racing Centre there, but that's kind of it, I think. Really,
let's have a look at the Champions League final, Harry. I don't think we'll have predicted lineups for it there, will we? But we can maybe get the Sorare data page just so it looks nice.
We don't have it here, but yeah, I mean, we kind of know who's playing in that, don't we?
Yeah, teams will be nailed on. They've got the Sorare data projected lineups on screen, and the teams probably quite well picked themselves, don't they, at this stage? Should be a really good final. Have you got any thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one, isn't it? Because there's so many like weird little dynamics, like Bellingham ex-club and Sancho at Champions League final after being left out in the dark at United and all that. Like, I don't know. There's just so many little things that could happen. But I mean, on paper, surely Real Madrid do it, surely. But Dortmund, as we've seen, have brought it this year in games where you probably didn't think they would. Man for man, that Real Madrid team, they I don't know, they just see things through, don't they? They might not be the prettiest team sometimes, and they might not even play the better football on the day potentially. But the Cruz last game, if Vinny does well, he probably wins Ballon d'Or. Like, it does feel rather set up for Real Madrid to win it. Seen as though beating that City, I say beating, but like marginally beating that City team, and like it's just one of them. It's just Real Madrid. They're just spunky, aren't they? Like, they're just gonna probably get it done. whether
Yeah.
whether it's just one of them, isn't it? It's just hard to see past it. There's some sort of aura, there's some sort of thing, with the club where you just like, there's just a trophy coming. It just feels like, and obviously they won the league, and it feels right. But football's not always, they don't always follow that, trend. I'd love to see like Sancho do something crazy and like blow everyone out of the water. Like I'm there for that. Like I really am. As much as I'd love to see Cruz win it on his last game or whatever, I'd love to see Sancho just come up against the odds and kind of just show everyone, I'm still around. Like I'm doing it at the biggest stage. F whatever happened at United. Like I'm kind of here, but I have more stake in the game for the Real Madrid boys. So I would also love to see, Vinny and Rodrigo lift the trophy.
It'll be funny how the players take it and adapt to it, because like for Real Madrid, for everyone in that Real Madrid squad except for Bellingham, it is another day at the office. Champions League finals is kind of normal for this whole team. Like it's not really. And I know it's this, that, and the other thing, but Dortmund haven't been to a Champions League final in like 10 years. But last time they were at a final, they lost to Bayern Munich. It was at Wembley. This is at Wembley. It's Royce's last game. He'll be coming off the bench, super subbing his way into the match at some point. So, do Dortmund, do they rise to the final occasion and maybe get the best out themselves and then get that extra little 1 or 2% you need in these types of games? Or will the cool, calm and collected, clinical, just Real Madrid just scoop up title number 15? Is it 15 or 16 they're going for? 15, I think, isn't it?
Not sure. Yeah, honestly not sure.
Something crazy anyway.
It's hard to see past Real, isn't it? It really is. Like you said, they've been there and done it. Yeah, gun to my head, it's a Real Madrid victory. I don't know how, whether it goes extra time, whatever, penalties, but
Bellingham's getting a goal as well, isn't he, against Dortmund? Like
you'd hope so, right? You'd think that could be written. Ex-club, what I'm like with my ex-club shouts, and yeah, that's obviously one of them there. But yeah, Cruz last game, yeah, Sancho Panama did himself. Yeah, I don't know. It's so hard to see past this Real Madrid team, man. They've just been there and done it, haven't they?
Yeah, inevitable, as Charlie says here. They're just the winning machine.
Just get it done, don't they? Yeah.
I think like the fullbacks have been really impressive for Borussia Dortmund in this Champions League run. Like Matson's obviously been getting a lot of headlines, but even this Ryerson, who's been on the scene for a little while, like he's now comfortably like best 11 caliber, isn't he? So
yeah, he knocked Mbappe out of the game twice.
Yeah, there's
quiet.
I don't like the keeper, I'm not going to lie, but I think that defence is strong. I love Sabitzer and Brandt. Adeyemi and Sancho I'm a fan of. Füllkrug is like, functional more than anything, really.
Yeah,
he's not Lewandowski. Yeah.
I don't know. It has quality in it, definitely, but the only thing I look like a bit of magic there. I'm just seeing it. It's basically Brandt or Sancho for me that can like really change a game on his head in any moment. Sancho more than Brandt, realistically, but yeah, I don't know. Like Sancho probably plays on the right. Well, yeah, would Sancho play on the right? He has been recently.
So, yeah. Sancho Adeyemi left.
So like, yeah, Sancho versus Mendy. I mean, Mendy, for all his critics, like you're at Real Madrid for a reason. Like I know they haven't got much.
By the way, like
yeah, like he's a good player. Like it's hard to look past some of these guys. Like he's there for a reason. And like Ancelotti always says, like he's like one of their best defenders and all this stuff and whatever. Like he's got to be a good player, right? Ryerson is a fighting beast. Yeah, he does look like he really like plays with his heart on his sleeve type of right back, and you got to admire that. Carvajal probably the same, just a bit older. I don't know. I can't see past Real Madrid. I can't, unless Sancho just absolutely just goes on a mad one, which we've seen him do, majority of this season in this competition. So it's an interesting one. Like Dortmund, add 2 or 3 plays into that, and it quality wise, and it becomes very equal. But right now,
Emre Can has a wee anchor around that team, isn't he?
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, I don't know. It is a good team, it is. But like you said, goalkeeper Chan, Füllkrug, like they can turn up on the day. But mind you, Emre Can's been at many a final. Liverpool.
Yeah, he's not wet behind the ears for sure.
Yeah, good player. Don't get me wrong. Like these are Champions League level players. Like you can't really look down
against
upon them.
Camavinga, Valverde, Cruz, Bellingham. You just think he's going to get drowned out.
Yeah. I know it's hard. Like he's going to have to be marking Cruz, and as we know, no one, despite him not being able to move, he's still unmarkable in many ways. You're just so hard to press. But yeah, Valverde, Camavinga. There's so much dynamism in that team. Bellingham. and then you've got fucking Vinny and Rodrigo running and pressing you all day long. It's just like you haven't got time to breathe if you're Hummels and Schlotterbeck and whatever. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I am.
Johnny's after a bit of intel on the Avispa goalkeeper situation, Harry. If we can take a wee request. I don't know if you had that page there. And I'll just slide it over when it's there. I forget what game it was, but it's definitely over the last month. I was watching Mendy, and like I've always thought of Mendy as a bit of a pushover, like quite lightweight, you know. I can't remember what game it was, but he really impressed me. I was like, oh wow, he's actually a bit of a beast. You know, see when you actually watch him, like nobody really gets by him. And
really,
yeah, like he's quietly brilliant, you know.
Right. Yeah. Goes under the radar, doesn't he? He's just, very athletic, strong. And he's decent on the ball. Like he doesn't, you're not going to see him like whipping balls in like a Trent would. Like, it don't work like that. But he is a solid defender. But yeah, this is the Avispa team. Goalkeeper's 90% on. So yeah.
Should be a good one. Champions League finals definitely the main course of the weekend, and obviously all of us Sorare nut jobs, we've got plenty of games before, during, and after it as well. Yeah. So this will be the big one all eyes are on. But as we know, the game week, probably no one gives a fuck about this.
No, there is that rivals thing that they're doing, aren't they? I think and they're like a rivals something.
500 quid. 500 quid you can win.
Oh, it's like a market credit or something. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I do.
Might be wrong. Last Dance. That's it. There we go. So, ready to win 500 euros in market credits? Enter the challenges below, and then we click on it, and then what do we do? Score 350 points in the Champions League final, and then it's a random draw, I guess, of everyone that does that. Share your rivals lineup, get involved, support the cause, and all that good stuff. So yeah, definitely do all those things. Aim for 350 points. Forget if you win or lose the rival head to head, and then you're just in a prize draw for, what would that be? A unique threshold. So that'll be a good one for sure. And yeah, think we're about that time, Harry boy. Have you got some teams you want to show us?
Yeah, definitely.
We'll take requests as well, guys. If there's anything else outstanding, feel free to throw it in here.
So it looks like there's a few last minute changes that needs to be done with with my only Super team for this weekend, which looks like this right now, which fits perfectly into cat mode. But we're hearing news that Rosenberg's defensive line, like Tobe said, has a few surprises in it, which I hope isn't related to Pereira. If it is, then this team dies on his head. I don't think there's much of a, like, if I get rid of him and go somebody else, I don't think we can really fit it into 240, which would mean then we'd have to move it over to Challenger, basically, which, yeah, obviously I'm in a pool then of some big cards, and I don't know whether I can really compete over there. Yeah, it would be tough. It'd be tough to fit it in, see. So I don't know. Do I risk it, Quinny? Do I just risk the Pereira?
I think so, because even an interesting defence, it could be like a 3-5-2 that they're playing, and they'll need a guy like him as wing back. You know,
like from
what is an interesting defence? That's what I was thinking when I heard that comment. Is like, it must be a change of shape, maybe, if it's interesting, right. Like, or maybe it's like Pereira at centre back. Maybe that's interesting.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I think he's more. Yeah, no, I think he's more of a winger than he would be a centre half, I believe.
That would be an interesting defence spot, wouldn't it?
Yeah, this Neem, one of the guys that runs the Scandinavia Discord, is telling me that the only thing I could see being very interesting would be a back five, basically, like you mentioned. So, yeah. So, I'm going to risk him. I am. The alternative is to play Bruno Fuchs in defence and then go Challenger Super Rare, which he has he scored 40 AA midweek. Like, he's a good scorer. Oh, very capable. But yeah, what did he score midweek? But then that means then I have to go into the pool of, the big guns in Challenger, like I have D1 and D2 open, 53 only for 6 prizes. Just like, I'm up against it big time, I think. But yeah, in season challenges, going for the Red Bull boys with Bono in goal, all at home bar Navarro, who's, like I said, loves to miss a pen recently. If Sean John plays, then this team maybe comes alive, but probably not. And a little box hunter there. Only going one contender team, and that's the Road to Glory. Last dance for us this weekend, Quinny. Episode 40. Went out yesterday. This is my last last team. By the way, this is the funniest thing. I won this guy from a box. Yeah, he was like £1 when I won him, and now he's my most expensive limited. Look at this.
Whoa!
Yeah. He's like
Martirena.
Yeah.
Hey, Martirena.
Look at no way. 17 quid now. Oh my god. That's insane.
The tier 4 and 5 lock has been incredible, eh?
Mental, mate, honestly. I won a Kyogo as well, a little Furuhashi. Not from a box, but just as like a tier 2. But yeah, they'll all be given away if anyone cares. I'm doing like a live stream next week, basically. I'm giving away every limited card in the gallery, basically. It's like 100 quid's worth of limiteds.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, if you haven't watched or if you're interested in that, go over to my channel. Go and watch the Last Road to Glory. There's a few details in there that you'll hopefully understand to get involved in that. And then under 23, I'm going pretty strong there. I mean, there's no I can't really play Rodrigo and Vinny anywhere else realistically outside of All-Star, and I don't really play All-Star, so that's what I'm going with there. And then cat modes like we just saw. Punty 270. Alvarez plays against Rush and Santander, so I mean the outfield is half decent, but interesting one. And then 240. Vecino as captain, Saliba really low L15. Yeah, man, I'm pretty bare this weekend. Only because Sean John isn't, let's say he doesn't play. I've only got 3 or 4 keepers, so summer for you, right? That's kind of kind of how it looks. Ooh, I'm just getting a bit of info here. Okay.
Bit of intel coming in.
Yeah, but I don't think I'll change anything. I think I need to do my training lineups, but that's about me, to be honest. I'm not got too much going on realistically.
Nice. I like the 240. I really like your in-season Team A there. The Red Bull shirts are really slick, and then Captain Forsberg's a winner in the making, I think, isn't he?
Hopefully, home to Orlando. It's just Bono whether they can do half decent at home to Toronto, which on paper they should, but Jesus, DC have been a disaster. So, Jonathan, I am playing Nick Alvarez in this 270. I'm
just going to put this on screen. I've got a last team to make, and I'm going to squirm it into D4 with this Sean Johnson and work it out from here who I've got left over. So very slim pickings. Yeah, I don't actually have any defender that will probably start. Chanot and Ilinic aren't on to play, and Bernabe hasn't kicked a ball since a friendly when he first moved over. So I think this last team is definitely going to be weak as Sands will be the midfielder. I'm not really get anyone else to pair with him either. And then in attack, I've got Larson.
Probably comes off the bench.
Probably comes off the bench. Yeah, I make you right there. But then fifth man is like Hack off the bench, maybe.
Magno.
So see, this is the thing, right? I'll put Magno in here just because why not, right? But so I don't think Sean John's going to play. But see, I was listening to that NYCFC Views podcast. You can find it on YouTube under that name. And if you watched last night's show, I was the only one in the live chat. Got quite funny for me anyway. But I said to them, Magno and Maxey, what's the script? Because Magno's been on the bench for 2 games in a row. And they were saying, like, Magno is, like, not part of training. Like, he is, like, he's, like, they're actively, this is me very much paraphrasing, but, like, they are happy to find him first-team football elsewhere, is kind of what they said, So maybe he makes a wee surprise cameo from the bench or something to show his fitness, but I don't think he'll be a surprise inclusion. I've got this in-season team now that I need to swap Almondra out of. I think otherwise it's quite okay. I could put Broholm in here. That works out quite nicely. I think I'll captain Broholm. Yeah, so that's cool. I never got to use him in our team because Rosenberg's game isn't an easy one on paper. It's a team higher up the league.
Like third,
So Ominami's back in the club, a bit of a cult figure, along with these guys I've been winning this year, which is fun. And under 23s, we're probably one of our strongest teams, Harry Boy. We're going double defence with Josco, the Bosco, and Tavon, who's on it now. I don't know if you've seen his assists, by the way, but Tavon is slicing passes. And be
careful with Guardiola because he comes to Croatia late, so they don't reckon he starts, basically.
Okay, that's a wee bit of a bummer. Okay, cool. Be good to know. Better to know now than
Sorare inside
in the notes or whatever. So let's see. I've got Wirtz, What do we think about Wirtz? I don't think he's nailed to play. I've got Sands, who's good for 80. I've got Broholm. I've got Petkovic playing Atlanta. I've got Doak. Oh, do we maybe just put Doak in? I don't know if that's a wee bit too sketchy. Don't I use the Broholm? I could use Sands. Sands is quite strong.
Sands works. I think Sands.
Yeah, let's just go Sands. So it's like an NYCFC team with Abada up front and Tani in goals. Can maybe just about deal with that. And yeah, Wirtz, Ukraine's not an easy game, even if he does start, and there's no guarantee he gets a lot of minutes in any case. So yeah, let's just go with somebody like Sands, who should get 90 and do well enough. All-Star, the team was looking like this, and you can see with the options I've got in goalkeeper and attack that I don't have that many options once I get this far down the depth chart. Not sure Forrest will start, but again, from the bench, he's somebody who could get decisive. Same with Quatra. Vasilj probably doesn't start, but if he does, England probably ride them anyway, so not a great one. Cap 240 super rare. I'm going 4-man bottom target, Harry. We're getting Jack Hendry, the Scottish John Stones, back into a team alongside McGinn, Kieran Tierney, and Siganikov in attack, who's against Germany. Probably starts, and let's just cross our fingers and toes on that. And in 270, I've went quite strong. I've went Robbo and Yaman, left back and right back in defence. Forsberg in the engine room with the captain's armband. And then super sub in the making, Ben Doak in attack with threes and goals. And again, you can tell by the quality of the striker there against the rest of the team that I don't have that many options this game week. In 240, it's quite a similar team to what's been out recently. We've got Russell and Gold in there with Van der Voort, Thiago Martins and Nikola Petkovic make up the numbers. We're going mid-target again. Just if Russell starts rather than on the bench, Gold's a captain. Van der Voort's last game, we just hope they can smash. And in 220, I've played Maxi Morales, probably from the bench, on an L15-0. Anthony Ralston has a chance to start for Scotland, so why not? And again, you can see the strength of my options with Kevin O'Toole in attack, who will be playing left back for MIC with the limited mat threes and goals. And that is, all she wrote for me. My team's nothing that great. I'm quite excited for the under-23, certainly. And I think this Sean Johnson team that we just had is maybe just been snapped a wee bit. Yeah, because we took Sands out of it, so this is probably going to be hack. It's just an absolute pointless team now, isn't it? But we'll just slide it in there. Maybe something happens, it'll be funny. But yeah, not much else on for me this weekend. It'll be all rivals and trying to get into Division 3 on the rival front for me. And then some training lineups, Harry boy.
Yeah, I've not really ventured down the I haven't really had time on the weekends yet to really dedicate to rivals, but it does seem pretty fun. Going up the divisions and whatever. What did you start in, division-wise?
Division 6. I've been promoted back-to-back, first and fourth or something. And I've got a card in a box, and we gave it away earlier this week. So any cards I do went from rivals, I'm quite open to just giving them away, especially because they are limited and stuff. I'm not overly playing them these days. So, good crack, mate. I really enjoy it. And I think it's good as well because the way it works at the end of the game weeks and that. So one thing I've really enjoyed with it is your rivals box comes out Tuesday deadline. It comes out. Right. It's only one box, but you've got that, and then Tuesday night is real rewards, if you get me. So it's a nice wee appetizer to just get it deadline. I've got a wee rivals box to crack open, 100%. So I quite like that.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I've seen quite a few good cards come out of some of them, to be fair.
Yeah, I got a Valdemar Falcone, who I think John wins every week.
Oh, the goalie, yeah. But he does, it does feel like he does win them every week. Well, he must be quite expensive, is he?
I think for unlimited he's not bad. Yeah,
like a 10 or something.
10, 15 quid, whatever a limited keeper is these days. And I'll finish this training lineup and then I'll show you something, Harry, because we were talking right before we came on. I was trying to do a wee cheeky trade. Yeah. I managed to get it over the line, right? But not just that. There's a wee bit of icing on top of the cake with it as well. So I was trying to trade in, as Harry knows, I'll swap the screen so I can build a wee bit of suspense, guys. But I brought 2 cards into the gallery this morning, right as the deadline swung. I was trying to get in from Pug Trader a Nordi Mukiele. And what I'd done is I've got some of my Celtic Super Rares up for sale. And I thought, can I just maybe roll some of these ones in that I'm not using into Mukiele? And he countered me with this. I didn't add money into it. So I guess he just added the Sean Johnson as some sort of barometer of value, like how much more to add on. So I sent him a counter offer back and I added in 2 wee guys that we've won. That single I kind of wanted to keep. And then this Wallachwitz guy is in the Poland squad. Don't know if he'll play or not. And and he accepted it. So we got rid of Starfelt, Forrest, and Tony, sadly, and Wallaqueets and Single. We managed to get a 1 of 10 Nordi Mukiele, right? But not only that, Harry, when I was thinking about doing this, I was like, oh, well, if I get that wee 1 of 10 Mukiele in, I'll be really happy with myself. But I've been doing some shirt swaps this week, which I can maybe talk about real quickly for a second. But I was looking at that, I was like, right, okay, well, what else do I like in those colours? And I sent a speculative trade offer for a shirt swap to a friend of the channel, Gator Guy, right? Because we know he doesn't really value super rares the same way and all the rest of it. So I thought, I wonder if he'll accept this. And he did. So I got a 1 of 10 Angelino in, same as my Mukiele. So I've got those guys shirt matched up now, both 1 of 10. So there'll be a wee 2% kicker for those guys when the 90 days comes in. So some nice wee fun trades to kick the game week off. And that's off the back of me swapping my Galan for a 1 of 10. And what that does for me is I've got a Vega 1 of 10, which is pretty dead right now anyway. But I really wanted that Galan, the Celta Vigo one, just when it came out and stuff, and I never got it. And I didn't like the Atletico Madrid one. Anyway, so I've got that. So he'll be on 2% when he ages in. And I managed to swap my Hamari Traore to match my Baranachea. And then maybe I can try and get the Oyarzabal traded. Maybe I can pick up another wee Sociedad card and then have a wee Sociedad 2% kind of wee cohort. So some good fun and games on that side of things. So yeah, just thought I'd add that in because I seen them in training lineups there and I thought, oh, the deals have been accepted. That's lovely. And let me tell you about them real quickly before we get stuck into it. Oh, but yeah, so a wee bit of action for me today. A few wee trades getting done. Strengthening up the gallery and all that good stuff. So buzzing.
Someone asked, Ian said, what was the name of the guy I got from a box? I think it's Matriana, I think his name is. Matriana. Don't know how you pronounce it properly, but.
Hey, Martinena is what I said. Or it's like Macarena. It's like Macarena, but Martinella or Martinena.
Matriana, I think it is.
Hey, Matriana.
Matriana.
Love that. So we'll get these guys right into training. I've got so many red and white super rares, don't I? Like hundreds of them. Where is Mukiele? Boom. So Mukiele still at PSG. Really hope he gets out of there and goes somewhere fun. I'm quite buzzing. Super rare collection's getting tidied up. A nice wee bit. And yeah, let me know, guys, everything as well you're up to this weekend. It could be rivals, could be SO5-wise, could be out there touching some grass. Let me know what you're up to this game week. Are you going hard at stuff? Are you chilling out? Or anything else in between for that matter? And yeah, just filling out some training lineups. I think we're just about there. Any breaking news that does come to you, feel free to share it so we can get it out there. And yeah.
Midweek's going to be a fun one as well. The loads of internationals midweek. If you
really?
get it right. Yeah. There's only a couple this week compared to, midweek. There's an absolute ton. Like I think we get like Brazil and all the South American ones, not only just the European ones.
Nice. Pardon me. But share. And in the last training spot, maybe Rodrigo de Kelme. Yeah, I think so. Or Ayer. Rodrigo de Kelme is a bit more fun. Let's do that. Boom. Training's all set. All super rares in training as well? No, we've got one more team. I thought that's quite fun. Normally I don't get that many super rares into training. It's like 3 teams or 4. Obviously we're out of season and stuff, so no super rare keepers left. Rare keeper. Who's the top guy that needs trained? No, it's not going to be Joe Hart, so it's going to be Wallacott. I don't even know how nailed he is for next season. Now they've changed manager and stuff. But anyway, Ayer. Let's put Rainier in. Don't know where he's going to be next year. Stuani, we know, will kick some balls. Why not? And I guess Santi Bueno might play internationally, so throw that in. Awesome. I am all set to go. Hot to trot, Harry boy. And I think like we've not got much. We've got 25 minutes to the deadline, but we've not got much else to chew over, really. I think we're pretty much at the tail end of it.
Yeah, there's not really a ton else to go over now in the summers, is there? Just because condensed fixtures and whatever. But yeah, we will have the Euros coming up very, very soon, really. So it won't really feel like a summer break, realistically, will it? Because we've just got so much. Copa America as well, and then the Olympics. Exciting times. Should be fun.
And a new manager announced at Hull, so we reckon it's Pandur season soon. That's good to know. Scotland predicted lineup, but kind of chewed that over already. It's kind of hard to predict. I do think Jack Hendry, Jack Hendry, number one's been playing in Saudi Arabia, so he's not been highly taxed, let's say, this year in terms of competitive football. And I do think that Scotland's defence is the thinnest area of the team. So as much as there could be rotation and substitutions or whatever, somebody like Hendry could be like the only guy that doesn't get subbed off, just in that kind of sweeper centre-back position in the back three. Somebody like Tierney probably doesn't play 90 just because he's not really got 90 in his bag. And then, the other positions, Porteous, Ralston, maybe some of these guys swap for each other. McKenna, there's a couple other guys that might rotate around. But Hendry certainly starts, I think, just because he's been in Saudi and, he's not really been playing real football for real. So he's been very good for Scotland as well. He's one of Steve Clarke's main men in defence. So, he's a great shout for international players in general, I would say. He can score big, dangerous at set pieces, and I'm sure he'll fancy a goal against Gibraltar.
Yeah, you'd have to, wouldn't you? You'd have to fancy yourself.
For sure. Cool. I think we'll happy to sit here and chill for another minute or two, guys, if there's any requests. But I think otherwise, me and Harry are pretty much at the end of it. We do have 25 minutes to the deadline, so it gives you a wee bit of time to get on your own teams and just double check you've got your training lineups the way you want them. Alter for some news that we've done and everything. But I think, there's less games. We've went through all the teams that we can. And, I'm kind of
out of where we have a few bits of collaboration content going out, don't we, over the next...
Yeah. That's exactly it. So at 3:00, I can actually just change it to, I might just stick it live there now. And what I'll do, so basically when you've done this, guys, me and Harry have got 2 videos going out, one on this channel, one on Harry's channel, at Harry Trades on YouTube. And we got together after a stream, was it maybe the game week preview we did for Laird when he was off on Monday or something?
Yeah, it was roughly after that, wasn't it?
Something like that. And we basically went through the main talking points, the main things every manager is kind of thinking and weighing up around the Champion Euro competition and the under-23 competition. Guess what video is on whose channel? Probably won't take a genius to work it out. But me and Harry are talking about everything under-23s that you need to do through the summer to get ready for next season on Harry's channel, basically like the now, 3:00 launch. Maybe Harry's throwing it out for us the now. And I'll throw it out on my channel, certainly like the now as well, but we're talking everything Champion Euro. The Champion Euro video is a bit longer than the under-23 one, but there's a lot of good crossover. So it is like a proper 2-parter. I recommend you watch both of them. Order probably doesn't really matter. It's just probably what's more important to you is what you're going to check out first. But both videos will be linked at the end of each other and all that good stuff. So me and Harry are done with features. I've got that, and as ever, like normally when I'm driving home from here, Laird is on in the afternoon talking over some of the big talking points of the week and all that good stuff. So there's plenty to get your teeth stuck into. I'll have some more content coming out over the weekend, football and Sorare based and everything else in between as we get started, as we get ready for Monday. And I'm just going to push this public now. So Champion Euro video is live on my place, and there'll be an under-23 video live on Harry's place now or in the next minute or two.
Couple of minutes. Yep.
Harry boy, have a great weekend, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, same for yourself and everyone at home as well.
Take care, and we'll see you on the next one. Or we'll see you on a video in 2 seconds, maybe.